right, guys, welcome back after that short break. Let's continue with some more application sums. Okay, so question number 1, I'm saying here, Valerie is searching the internet for a new cell phone. She needs a cell phone with unlimited web browsing. The table below illustrates the cost of 3 different deals from the unlimited web group. Okay, so there we have deal 1 and what it entails, deal 2 as well as deal number 3. Let's see what is the question at hand. So the question itself says, determine, showing all calculations, which deal for the phone, internet and calls is cheapest over 24 months. Take note, Valerie makes 4.5 hours of calls per month. Now let's start with deal number 1. Deal number 1, we are saying 2,999 rand cash for the phone, 75 rand per month for internet, and then in terms of the cost for the calls, it's 2.50 rand per minute. So let's quickly put this into practice here. So I'll start off by saying, all right, so we have the 2,999 rand plus 75 rand per month for internet. So I'm going to indicate that is 75 rand over a period of 24 months. Please don't forget that. Then also, for 4.5 hours, I'm going to say then 4.5 multiplied by 60. Remember, I'm converting from hours to minutes now. So that will give me 270 minutes because I converted to minutes because they have a per minute charge. So therefore, 270 multiplied by 250 and also multiply by 24. Remember, it's over a period of 24 months. So let's quickly simplify this. This is the, should you decide to buy the phone cash, then 75 multiplied by 24. That will be an additional 1,800 rand. Plus, if I go now and I say, okay, 270 minutes, multiply by 250 per minute, multiply by the 24 months. So that will give us, for the calls alone, 16,200 rand. All in all, what will it cost her? I'm going to add the amounts together. So 2,999 rand plus 1,800 plus your 16,200. So for deal 1, over a period of 24 months, it will cost her 20,999 rand. So that's the first option, right? Deal number 1. Moving on, I'll be looking now at deal number 2. At deal number 2, we are saying 295 rand per month over 24 months, including the internet and the phone. There's also involved 65 free minutes. Thereafter, it will be 3.50 per minute, okay, after the 3 minutes, right? So let's quickly calculate this. So it will be 295 rand per month, multiplied by the 24 months, right? Plus, in terms of the calls, and now we have to be careful, right? Remember, we are saying, if I go back to the other slide, we'll see here, we are saying Valerie makes 4.5 hours of calls, right? So therefore, that will be 270 minutes as indicated. So first, I'm going to take the 270 minutes minus, don't forget, the 65 free minutes, right? And then we say 3.50 after that, multiply by 3.50. Let me just do this to make sure we distinguish between the two deals. Right, I hope everything is clear so far. So let's simplify here. 295 multiplied by 24 months. If I simplify this, 7,080 rand plus here. Okay, let me just do this. Sorry about this. The bracket here. Okay, so I just want to quickly say 270 minus 65 free minutes. That will give you 205 minutes that you need to pay for at a rate of 3.50 rand. Okay, so let's simplify that. 205 multiply by 3.50 rand. We just type 205 minutes multiply by 3.50 rand. If I simplify this, so here I keep this amount, 7,080 rand, plus if I simplify this part here, it gives me 717 rand and 50 cents. Added to the 7,080 rand. Okay, so guys, listen, here, remember this is multiply by 24. Shouldn't forget that, multiply by 24. So let me just say 717 Rand and 50 cents, multiply by 24. This will give you, remember this part here, né? So I keep the 7,080 Rand plus, if I simplify this, 17,220 Rand. Add it to the 7,080. So this deal here, deal number 2, will cost 24,300 Rand. Okay, I hope that is clear. Looking at deal number 3 now. Deal number 3 says the following: 274 Rand per month over 2 years, including internet and phone as well. Then 140 free minutes and a rate of 1 Rand 85 cents per minute for calls after your 3 minutes, right? So again, let's start. It will be equals to 275 multiplied by 24 months, right? Plus, here we get 140 free minutes. Total minutes is 270 minus your free minutes of 140, all right? Multiply by the rate of, in this case, 1 Rand 85 cents. Let me just write that clear. That will be 1 Rand and 85 cents. But keep in mind, it's over a period of 24 months. So I'm get back to that one now. So we say it's 275 multiplied by 24. For this first part here, it's 6,600 Rand plus 270 minus 140. That will give you 130 minutes that you need to pay for, 130 minutes, multiply by 1 Rand 85 cents, multiply by the 24 months. Okay, please keep that in mind. So I'm going to say 130, multiply by 1 Rand 85 cents, multiply by 24 months. That should give us a total of, so let's first of all keep the 6,600 plus. Now I'm going to write the latter part down here. Okay, that will give you, let me just quickly do that again for us. It's 130 multiplied by 1 Rand 85 cents. That will give us a total of 240 Rand and 50 cents over a period of 24 months. So that will give us 5,772 Rand. So if I add the two amounts together, plus 6,600 Rand, that should give us 12,372 Rand. Okay, I hope that makes sense. 275 multiplied by 24 months, 270 minutes minus the first 140 minutes for free. Thereafter, it's 1 Rand 85 cents over a period of 24 months as well. So if I simplify, 12,372 Rand. Now, which one is the best? Clearly, if you look, previous option 1 is 20,999 Rand. Deal 2, 24,300. Deal number 3, definitely the cheapest, 12,372 Rand. Guys, I hope that is clear. I'll now be looking at parking tariffs, right? It says the parking ticket at County Airport shows the following information. Here, I just had a little note for you. Ensure that you correctly substitute into a formula. So here, we set the date of entry, 12 Feb 2023. Time is 8:45, date of exit, 16 February 2023. And then the time out is 1500. Then we have shaded parking, your open parking, drop and go, as well as lock-up garage. Please make sure you spend time to figure out what is this table all about. So question number 1. What measures are taken to discourage car owners who must wait for the passengers to use the drop-and-go parking? So here's the drop-and-go. So if you look at the drop-and-go, right, look, the first 15 minutes is free. What happens afterwards? Look how fast this amount escalated, 29. Between 30 minutes and 1 hour, 65. So that's a matter of making sure that people use this time for a very short, or the space for a very short period of time. Okay, next question here. Determine the amount you paid for using the airport shaded parking, right? So we are looking at the shaded parking is here. So if you look at this, yeah, remember this is the date you went in, the date that you came back. So 12, so 13, 14, 15, 16. So by 16 Feb, 8:45, it's already 4 days. But look at the time. So there will be 4 days plus extra there. So meaning we're going to look at this after 24 hours. So number 1, let's quickly start. It's 110 rand multiplied by the number of days plus 55 rand for part of the next day. Remember formula first, step 2, we substitute. So it's 110 rand per day multiplied by, how many days did we say? 4 days, right? Plus 55 rand for the part of the 5th day. So I will say now 110 multiplied by 4. So that will give us 440 plus the 55 rand. Okay, so plus 55. So all in all, for the period you've parked there, under the shaded parking, you'll have to pay 495 rand. Guys, I hope that is clear. Okay, moving now, we're having the transport tariffs here. Mr. Doman buys a weekly bus pass for himself and 3 children. They live in Northcliffe. Mr. Doman works in Midrand and his children attend school in Parktown. Use the bus fare table, weekly bus passes, to answer the questions that follow. Number 1, calculate the total bus fare for the Doman's family per week. Remember, Mr. Doman lives in Northcliffe, he works in Midrand, so for himself per week is 245. Plus, we are saying, right, they live in Northcliffe, but the kids, they attend school in Parktown. All right, how many kids? 3. So if I look now, from Northcliffe to Parktown is 175 per week. So therefore, I'm going to say 175 multiplied by 3 for the 3 children. 175 times 3 equals 525. So therefore, take the 245 plus the 525 to see how much they'll pay per week. So that gives us a total for the Doman family of 770 rand for the Doman family. Okay, let's look at another question here. It says question number 2. Mr. Doman was promoted to the Sandton offices. He decided to relocate his family to Sandton and to continue to send the children to school in Parktown. Calculate the cost per bus trip per child. All right, so very important to note, it's the cost per bus trip per child. Now, looking at this table, remember they no longer reside, they don't live in Northcliffe anymore, right? They are now living in Sandton, but they continue to attend school in Parktown. Right, so hence we look at the weekly bus pass of 90 rand. Okay, so therefore, I'm going to take 90 rand. And first of all, I'm going to divide it by 5 for the 5 schooling days, right, to give you the cost per trip. And remember, I will still have to divide that by 2 as well, right, for a return trip. So if I do this calculation, I'll have 90 divided by the 5 days, divided by the return trip. That's where the 2 comes from. So that will give us an amount of 9 rand. Okay, that's the cost per child per trip. Guys, I hope that makes sense. Let us quickly take a short break. After the break, we'll wrap up what we've learned so far. I see you soon.